Hi, this is Megan from Megan Meal Schools, and this is the VHC Assignment number 3 about book lists. So the way that we handle book lists in our homeschool is we tend to have a couple different categories of books going at the same time. So most of the reading that happens here still happens out loud. I only have one reader who's a really strong reader so far, who I can just hand a chapter book to and he'll just go take it to his room and read it. The other two are, I would say still, they're probably both right around the first grade reading level. One of them is in second grade and one of them is in kindergarten, and they've sort of kind of met in the middle. So most of the reading that we do here is done out loud. Usually we have one book that is being read aloud by me that stays in our meal schooling basket. Right now the boys are working through a series of chapter books, Wings of Fire, I think they are, and they're doing those as bedtime stories with my husband. And then my daughter and I are working our way through some books as bedtime stories separately. And then we also have audiobooks. We listen to a lot of audiobooks because we have something that we do in the afternoon just about every day of the week, and I hate to have that time kind of wasted. So right now, what we are listening to in the car is James and the Giant Peach. And then the next one, that's a repeat for the boys, but it's the first time my daughter's listened to it. And then the next one that's in our queue is The Secret Garden. The book that was in our morning time, our meal school basket, is Beasts of Olympus, I think is the series name. It's just a fun kind of spoofy sort of thing about the Olympian gods. So that was in there, but we just finished that book, so now we have to choose one to go in there instead. And like I said, the boys are reading the Wings of Fire book with their father, and my daughter and I just finished the Just So stories last night and are going to be moving on to My Father's Dragon, which is a book that my boys loved when they were her age, and she hasn't read yet. We tend not to have a list that goes too far forward so that we can kind of change it depending on what the kids are interested in at the moment. We do keep track. We keep a list of all of the books that we have covered already, and I have that in our computer so that I just add to it whenever we finish one. And I keep track of whether or not they were audiobooks in the car or paper books that we read here at home. I think my favorite place to get recommendations is the Aloud Revival, which is started by Sarah Mackenzie, and it's a website, and you can become a member. It's like a membership site too, but she has just sort of like a blog and a podcast, and those are amazing resources, and I'll put a link for those down below. And then also, because I'm a children's librarian, I use my coworkers a lot. They're a wonderful group of women, and they have really, really diverse taste, and I love to get recommendations from them. And then I also have the privilege of being able to read all of the school library journal reviews and the Hornbook reviews, and I can kind of go through and do that. I will say we have a pretty wide mix of graphic novels and current fiction and classics. And I really try to make sure that I keep squeezing the classics in there because I really feel like filling them full of all of that beautiful literature is an important part of what we're doing here as a family. I think that pretty much sums up the way that we do our book lists. I will, like I said, leave a link to the Aloud Revival down below, and I will also try to post our reading list somewhere online and leave a link to that too, so that you guys can see what we've covered last year and this year so far. And I will see you guys, I guess, for assignment number 4. Have a great day.